In the world of luxury, there are a few things that exemplify opulence and extravagance quite like a billionaire's super yacht. These massive vessels, often adorned with the finest materials and cutting-edge technology, serve as floating palaces for the ultra-wealthy elite. From lavish parties to exotic destinations, the lifestyle that these yachts represent is the stuff of dreams for many. But what happens when the cameras stop rolling and the champagne stops flowing? What goes on behind the scenes of these magnificent yachts? Beyond the stunning design and opulent amenities of these mega yachts, there is a darker side that few people know about. It's a world filled with danger, exploitation, and illegal activities that threaten the lives of the crew and the environment. Welcome to our channel, The Wealthy Elite. In today's video, we will take you on a journey to reveal the shocking truth of what really goes on aboard a billionaire's mega yacht. The Soberano Scandal. Let's take an example of a stormy sea. A 446-foot yacht named the Soberano rented for tens of thousands of dollars a day, and a group of Turkish police officers raiding the vessel. What they discovered was shocking. A Cossack businessman with 9 young girls on board, 2 of them underage, and a stash of contraceptives and pictures of escort girls. But what gets worse, the raid was part of a 5-year operation to take down a sex trafficking network. And the mastermind behind it all? None other than the Turkish tycoon and former business partner of Donald Trump, who goes by the name Tawfiq Arif. One of the suspects linked to the scandal surrounding Tawfiq's mega yacht confessed, "Whenever Tawfiq is planning that trip or vacation in Turkey, he usually contacts me to arrange for a yacht. He comes here to meet his friends and talk about investments, and I arrange for models for them. I am unaware if they're underage. If Tawfiq wants me to find them, I do it." Mega yacht, the ultimate symbol of wealth and luxury, but did you know that these floating palaces can also be a gateway to illegal activities? It's true, with no check and balance, anyone with a few $1 billion can purchase one and do as they please. And with that much money comes a lot of power and a lot of opportunities for shady deals and illicit activities. From drugs to prostitution, the possibilities are endless. But what happens when things go wrong? Billionaires can simply deny ever owning the yacht, leaving others to take the fall for their dirty deeds. It's a game of cat and mouse that leaves everyone else holding the bag. Russian billionaires. Let me give you an example of 2 Russian billionaires, Igor Sechin and Alsher Osamirmov. They own 2 super fancy yachts, Aviro and Delbar, which were impounded after a major scandal. However, they denied owning them. Lucky for us, The Guardian got a hold of the captain of one of the yachts, who spilled the beans on what goes on in the yachting industry. Apparently, these the word should be floating of course, these floating palaces are a way, and they are a law unto themselves, with normal laws not really applying. Deep cleaning to remove any traces of drugs like cocaine is a regular requirement, and the extent of prostitution is an open secret. Women are regularly transported into the boats, and it's no secret that the industry is very sexist, ageist, and racist. Crew members from non-white or poor countries have little chance of being hired, and female staff are usually required to send full-length profile photos to prospective employers and sometimes also asked to test regularly for sexually transmitted diseases. Some yacht users are known to regularly exchange sex for gifts, like luxury watches. It's just a norm in the industry. Sadly, this isn't just happening in the yachting industry. Even events like the Cannes Film Festival, which should be about celebrating the best of cinema, come to seem to be a beacon for the sex industry. Apparently, there are around 30 to 40 luxury yachts in the bay at Cannes, each owned by a very rich person and each with around 10 girls on board. These yacht girls are usually models and are often asked to have sex with the clients for money, which is hidden in an envelope marked gift. The scary part is that this all happens, and it has been going on for over 60 years now. Celebrities after parties and tragic consequences. In fact, the after-party scene can get downright sinister. Celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Naomi Harris, REO, Dawson, and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley may grace the glossy pages of society magazines, but what happens once the cameras stop rolling? No one knows for sure, but some insiders have whispered about the dark side of life on board. On social media, the owners of these yachts are going to brag about their lavish parties and the famous faces in attendance, but behind the scenes, the staff are often forced to keep quiet about what really goes on. Some have even suffered the ultimate consequences, either at the hands of their employers or through their own tragic actions. He joined a billionaire's yacht in September of 2010, only to disappear just 6 weeks later. His body was never found, but some speculate that he died while piloting the vessel and collided with another boat. Will's mother, Judith, was devastated by the news, but what made matters worse was the German captain's callous attitude towards her son's disappearance. It was as if her son's life meant nothing to him, and that's how they acted. And to make matters worse, there was no legal requirement for the owner of the yacht to reveal themselves. The brutal reality of crew life. In 2015, tragedy struck when Jacob Nicol, a 24-year-old from Cornwall, fell from a super yacht owned by the Russian billionaire Alexander Mamet, resulting in severe brain injuries that ultimately led to his untimely death. The service industry on board these vessels can be brutal, with instances of sexual exploitation and a lack of care for crew members. A former crew member, aged 40, who worked on a super yacht owned by a Spanish billionaire in 2007, recounted how he witnessed prostitutes and sex parties on board, remarking that we'd arrive at the port and there would be prostitutes waiting. The female crew members were often picked for their attractiveness and subjected to sexual harassment. Such behavior would not be tolerated in Britain and could be considered a form of modern-day slavery. Tragically, Australian Instagram model Sinead McNamara took her own life while working as a hostess on the Mayan Queen, a $108 million super yacht owned by the Mexican billionaire Albert Barras. She had worked as a crew member for just 4 months. Despite efforts to save her, she died on the way to the hospital in Athens. Other former crew members have also come forward with stories of absurd working hours and virtually no breaks. One hostess, Sarah Bigby, recalled working 16 to 18 hours a day without sitting down. The family of Sinead McNamara reported that she called them in tears shortly before her death, referring to an incident that took place on the yacht with another crew member. However, the billionaire owner of the yacht claimed that he was not on board at the time. 2 weeks before her death, Sinead posted a cryptic message online and spoke of wanting to return to a time when her only worry was not cracking her skull open. There are many crimes still prevailing in the service industry on these mega yachts, with billionaires often oblivious to the plight of their service and their workers. Anonymous testimonies and leaks, of course, there have been lots of leaks, have shed light on a situation, and stricter rules of the road at sea may be needed to curb such lewd behavior. Overall, it is clear that the service industry on board these mega yachts is in dire need of reform. The safety and well-being of crew members should be the utmost priority, and billionaires must take responsibility for the actions of those yachts. What do you think can be done to address these issues? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.